my leg in there.
Yeah.
Okay. I was listening to the last one. It was hard to hear, so for both of us, so we both have to get closer.
Okay. We'll get real close.
We get real close. Real. I just licked the mic. I don't know.
That's gross.
Real close. Jesus. Snake. A snake in my boot. What the fuck's up, motherfuckers? We're back. It's half focused. It's the fucking, some could call us a presidential cabinet of film. Savants of the industry. Masterminds of movies.
We have taken one film class between us. Total.
Each of us took a half and both dropped out.
We both failed.
Yes, we both dropped out halfway in, and that's why we're here. Our teacher said we weren't going to make it. Look at us now in the closet, half focused. I bet you're listening to this, Eric.
And anyways, we're talking about Jurassic Park.
That was my T-Rex noise to start it off.
So,
No, as always, you guys know the fucking gist. We're gonna kind of spoil it a little bit the first half, but not really. And Noah's gonna start it off with his very intricate, neat bullet points.
okay. Well, I don't want to set expectations too high. But, I was wondering, is Jurassic Park more Disney World or Six Flags St. Louis?
Like the park, literally?
Just in general, overall.
What the fuck are you saying?
Well, okay, so Disney World.
Yes.
Very well kept, a lot of staff, well run.
It's more that.
You know, it's magical.
It's that. Dude, if Jurassic Park, we don't even need to talk about the fucking movie because I have a couple notes. I want to talk about what, like dinosaurs are such a. This movie is about, it's the first movie. Dude, whenever you think about, what does a T-Rex sound like? What is the stereotypical version that you think of is from this movie. It's the one that really, really brought it. Everyone's full understanding of dinosaurs is from Jurassic Park. It's not science. It's from Jurassic Park. So it's
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about the movie. I meant, the park itself.
I know. I'm just saying, I don't...
It's a cultural phenomenon.
I definitely, if this park was, I think I wrote something down of could this park be real or something like that? But, excuse me, I don't know. I've loved this movie ever since I was a little fucking boy. My entire life, not even joking, not more, now it's a Tesla, but it used to be, my dream car used to be one of the Jeeps.
Yeah.
Painted with the gray and the red and the number and everything. That was my dream car.
I have a little different relationship.
And I'm sorry, I just have this. And dinosaurs are just, in my mind, dinosaurs are the coolest thing to ever happen to Earth. They were the old humans. They completely ran the fucking show. And they were it's when you think of think of, I don't know, any monster that is in a fictitious story that you've heard or seen or whatever, and it's your brain can't actually just say well, there's skeletons of that and that's real. These are fucking it's just oh yeah, if they were around right now, they just rip you apart. It's just
yeah. No, dinosaurs were fucking insane. They were stupid as fuck, but they were insane.
Yeah. Savages. That's what. I mean, it's not really spoiling anything to say the park goes awry. And,
obviously.
What you said about the park, I have a whole point that I'm kind of thinking about of just the park. Would it be possible, scientifically, their science doesn't follow how genetics works.
Any real science.
At all, I don't think. But from my one genetics class, I was
It's...
I mean, to be fair, 1993, that was, during the fucking human genome project.
Yeah, the CRISPR.
They were just first, mapping out DNA for the very first time.
But
so it was
the science really isn't important. It's pseudoscience at best, whatever.
And then, the world example of, a theme park and that kind of shit, you're saying, it's just, genuinely, I'm if we did this, if we had an island with dinosaurs like this, one, I'm going. It would be It would be
that
way
was
better.
one of my questions.
It would be way better than Disney.
Would you visit?
Yeah.
No.
Because of ethical reasons.
Well,
and then also,
not even
here's my
ethical
other
reasons.
thing. I don't think this is. I feel like I know what you're gonna say. This might go directly against that, dude. If we had a fucking theme park with dinosaurs, we could take care of it. We could. This would not happen. This would not be okay. Because here's my whole point. Okay.
No,
I want to
here's
hear what you have to
my
say.
whole point.
Okay.
All right. That's why I brought up the whole Disney versus Six Flags comparison, especially Six Flags St. Louis, because this park is a fucking shithole. It is terrible.
You think so?
It is absolutely horrible.
How? It's got a
One,
cafeteria.
it's
got
set-
lunchboxes.
It is set in a Caribbean where tropical storms are common.
So?
Two,
People go to
as
Caribbean
soon-
for vacation all the fucking... That's the biggest tourism in the
but
world.
when they go for vacation and a hurricane hits, it's, oh no, like it was really bad for the community. It's not, holy fuck, there's a T-Rex on the loose. Two, none of the fucking security works. I'm not going to spoil it.
Well, they shut it down.
But when the electric fences are down, those fences ain't holding.
Dude, those fences do nothing.
Exactly.
That's kind of that.
I would not fucking visit.
This is a weird thing. I don't know if this was a conscious decision, but the only thing that is the difference between man and monster in this movie is electricity.
Yeah.
Technically, as soon as you take away the electricity, which is like, if you think about what our kind of I mean, obviously we didn't have electricity till like 100 years ago, really, but that's the one thing that is the divider. But my point is, if we did that, okay, I'm not saying a T-Rex isn't fucking ginormous, but so are rhinos, bro, and we have zoos. Like, we could handle it. Because like, we have guns, we have manpower, we have brains, we're smarter. Literally.
So we're talking in a theoretical sense.
If this was possible, it is
more theoretical than a fucking movie. That
like if
we have actual decent security in this.
Yeah, we have the same level of security that we do at like a regular fucking. If we were actually doing this, it would be fucking secure. Like, dude, they are secure. Zoos and shit. When's the last time you heard about like a tiger getting out and murdering a family at the zoo?
I mean, you hear about monkeys occasionally.
You hear about
but again, hurricanes
and killer whales
on an island.
Dude, I mean, yeah. Well, I don't know. The storm wasn't the problem. It was the guys shutting down the electric.
Yeah, but even then, like,
yeah, you need to build.
The storm knocks down the power.
No, he kills the power.
No, I know, but I'm saying if
that happened,
that could happen.
Well, then
if we're fucking making our own dinosaur island.
But here's the thing: T-Rexes can't break. This is me as a fucking dinosaur expert right now. Okay. As a paleontologist, no, back the fuck up. As a paleontologist,
marketing major. As
a paleontologist, I was a biology major at one point.
Couldn't cut it.
C in organic chemistry. All right, fuck you. T-Rexes could not break through those fences even if they didn't have electricity in reality, because that's like the way.
Probably.
Like, they couldn't. They just couldn't, unless they fucking formed tools and drills to fucking get through the fences. So that's gonna take a couple thousand years of evolution and evolution of thumbs. So my point is, like, if we could get the dinosaurs, it would be awesome because it would not be a fucking problem. Like, I don't go to the zoo worried that I'm gonna get fucking. I mean, Harambe apparently, yeah, he can get you. But
there's also, this is just a side note, and it is. I guess you could. No, it's not a spoiler at all because there's no actual plot relevance to it. But when they were talking about the Dilophosaurus, it's a venom spitting dinosaur apparently within the movie. I don't know if it's even fucking real. If you look, they say it spits venom.
It ejaculates venom into your eyes, out of its mouth.
But then there's a sign on its little exhibit that says, "Caution, keep windows up," as they're rolling by in the Jeep. Why the fuck would they even let you roll the windows down?
In case it gets hot. In case you want to breathe, because at all the other parts, it'd be cool to have your windows down.
It would, but people are stupid. About to get venom in the face.
Yeah, or like little Johnny sticks his arm out, gets his arm ripped off by a velociraptor. I don't know.
Yeah. I just thought that was kind of funny.
And this is. It
was a good ad.
Yeah. I have a few things to talk about, honestly, before we even get to the real meat of the movie. But I was excited to talk about.
Let's move on from this one.
No, I wanna hit. This specific topic.
Yeah.
Well, but if you believe, I wrote this down. If you believe that this is a true argument, like everything they're saying about you can't control, which. To a point, I do agree. Like, we're not more powerful than the seasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, we're not that... We have power as humans, but not that much. And so, if you take Alan Grant and all their points to Dr. John about, like, this stuff's not going to work. Like, this is going to be a disaster. You can't control...
Nature finds a way.
Nature finds a way and all this shit. I was just like, if you believe that is a true argument... then technically you have to believe that AI follows those same rules. Once you get to complete perfect artificial intelligence, then you almost have to give it the exact same rules. And then it's like, okay, so what's the...
I thought this is kind of a tangent from that, but I thought about this, how our modern sci-fi centers around the concept of AI, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's artificial intelligence, robots and stuff. And just the 90s, 80s sci-fi centers around this cloning, these beasts from the past. And it's just this big bad that we don't fully understand. Because we've kind of come to realize, we could fuck up some dinosaurs, but we can't fuck up the computer system. Like, that shit would...
Can't fuck up ghosts. Can't
that shit would rule us.
No, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Dinosaurs, AI, it's pretty much the same thing.
And... the context of this movie, yeah.
So,
also, I do want to point out this is not how evolution works at all.
Yeah, all women.
It was very quick evolution,
and it's just
that's called adaptation. Yeah, I took freshman year bio in high school.
Yeah, all right. Since no shit on me, let me lay it down for you in 30 seconds or less.
This was part of the 70% he got right in the class.
30 seconds or less. Alright. They say there's gaps in the DNA. In order to get the fucking clone of a dinosaur in the first place, you would have to completely map the genome, which you would need multiples of that one species to, like, compare and contrast and find where are the differences and everything like that. Because you can't just, like, create the exact same one over and over. It doesn't work like that.
I can't just throw a bullfrog in and it works.
And then that's what I say. So, like, so in order to do the cloning thing, like we did with Dolly and everything, you need to have them all. Now, you cannot fucking do that. If there's gaps, it won't work. You can't take frog gaps and just fill them in there. Like, what the fuck? That's insanity. And then the newest Jurassic isn't Jurassic World. They didn't even find DNA. They just built a dinosaur out of like multiples.
I think they found DNA from the old Jurassic Park, and then they spliced it together to create the like monster T-Rex that ended up being super smart and was the villain of that movie. And that brings me into my transition.
No, because I need to say one more thing.
Oh, say one more thing.
There are dinosaurs. I'm talking loud. I'm talking into it.
Okay.
There are dinosaurs in the Congo. There's a place in the Congo that there's like this. If you go talk to all the people, like even like regular like doctors and shit like that in the cities and the towns, the villages all around there, they've all seen this dinosaur thing that's been running through. You know what it reminds me of? That Key and Peele Leprechaun one. Yes, a leprechaun.
I have not seen that. What do you mean? What do you mean by dinosaurs, though?
Like, I mean, I don't know. There's an artist named David Cho that has like awesome shit on Vice, and he made this whole fucking thing of him going through the Congo and trying to find. I don't know if you're gonna know him if you're looking him up.
No, I'm looking up dinosaurs in the Congo.
Yeah, I'm telling. So, don't give up complete hope on this, guys. There's photographic evidence right there. I'm looking at pictures and I'm looking at drawings of dinosaurs. Isn't that hilarious? They used to just like draw whatever the fuck they wanted as the past.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, his teeth.
Scientific American. There aren't living sauropod dinosaurs in the Congo, but why did people ever think there were?
Mandela effect.
I don't think there are dinosaurs in the Congo. But that does...
It's definitely something to look into. And if you're one of the brightest scientists in the world, because you're probably listening to this, if you are, you should look into that.
That does... There is, like crocodiles and alligators are essentially dinosaurs.
That is true.
Because...
They look like it.
And they've had very... Well, they have ancestors that lived during, like, the dinosaur period, the Jurassic and whatever.
Weren't they just bigger? Wasn't it just like a crocodile that's 100 foot long?
There were ones that were bigger, but there were even smaller ones. They've essentially not changed evolutionarily into that. Like, because they always say, like, the closest dinosaur relative is a chicken.
Yes.
Yeah. But these are, like, they weren't technically qualified as dinosaurs, but they lived during that period. They were just a little different because dinosaurs are birds.
All right. Well, I just had to get that Congo part out of the way because I think it's pretty important for the world to know that aliens and dinosaurs are both real at the moment. So.
And that was long enough for me to forget what point I wanted to transition into spoilers with.
That's all right. Well, hold on to your butts because we're about to get into it.
Yeah. Okay, one. Let's talk about Grant.
I've got a couple things to say about him.
Fucking Alan Grant. First off, the actor,
the myth,
the actor that plays him, discount Harrison Ford. Am I right or am I right?
Okay. Well, since you said am I right or am I right, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can agree with you. No. I don't. I see where you're getting it from, definitely, but I mean, I'm just trying to imagine Harrison Ford in this role, and he definitely could actually probably do it, is the thing.
I don't think he would do it any better, but he would do it exactly the same. No, this was just and when I say discount, I don't even mean worse, I mean literally a cheaper Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I think he just looks like he's got a tiny bit more of a dad touch to him, which is kind of like what they needed for Alan Grant, because in my mind, in my eye, the entire arc of the biggest character arc through the whole story is just him with kids. At the start, like when he first meets that fucking kid at the fucking the little what's it called, archaeology site or whatever, and they're like digging away the bones. And he literally, like, says these insane, crazy words to this kid, and he's, like, talking to...
And he's like, he's gonna slit you from throat to bowel with his fucking claw.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, he just has no idea how to talk to kids. When the children are first trying to get into the,
cars with him.
Yeah, like, it's just...
This child who sees him as a fucking idol.
Yeah, as a hero. And he's just like, fuck you. He doesn't even look at... Like, when he gets in the car, he's like, his body is turned the other way and everything. It's so good. But...
Yeah.
But then, like, as you see... And then, what the first time I started noticing that it seemed like he had some real connection to the kids that was starting to build was when, like... Because they talked about, oh, it'll be good for you, you know what I mean? And then... He's walking over to that, like, sick dinosaur, and the little girl falls, and he, like, helps her up. You know what I mean? And it's, like, before... That was the first time you ever, like, touched one of them. Like, you know what I mean? And did anything that was, like... Because then the rest of the movie, they have their, like, arms around each other and everything. It's almost like a family, you know?
And I would...
Do they have parents, or are they just adopted now by Alan Grant?
That's his No, well, maybe now they are, but they do have parents, I believe. But I do think they are...
Fuck you, Dad. Alan's way cooler. Why are you calling him Alan? He's my friend. He lets me call him Alan. Yeah. Mark.
Honestly, someone has daddy issues. I do think that kind of brings me to a thing, because, like, it is the only real, like, where you see a transition into him caring about kids is when he helps her up, and then it's, like, full on, he's in dad mode with them.
Yeah.
it's not a character-driven movie
No,
at all. It
no.
is driven by the action and the plot.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a flaw within the movie.
There's a line, but the biggest time that I notice, he's like, because then all the shit with the T-Rex happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all save each other. Then they're all sitting inside the tree, like the kids in it, and their feet in the Stegosaurus or whatever, the long neck, you know, the Curtis, and there's a line about, like, she says something about a little girl about how, like, what are you gonna do about digging up dinosaurs now that they're just alive? He's like, I guess I'm gonna have to evolve. And that at that exact same moment, he like has his arms around both of them, and they're falling asleep together, and it's like a dad moment, and you're just like, oh, he's evolved.
Aww.
Like, he's evolved, and he's their dad now. He's adopted them.
So
what
cute.
is that? That should be like a new term of adoption. Reverse adoption.
When you go full dad mode in
like,
a movie.
I just decide Alan's my dad now.
I think that's wishing someone would adopt you.
It's no.
And Quentin Tarantino, if you're out there,
I'm reverse adopting.
We're
Sorry,
free.
sorry, Dad. I'm reverse adopting for Quentin or Obama. He would just make me the man I want to be.
So this was something since we were talking about Grant, bringing up Malcolm, Jeff Goldblum. Because I think Grant really, besides the whole turning into a dad and that, he was a very flat character. There wasn't a lot of personality going on there.
Yeah, I mean, he's got like a boyish attitude towards dinosaurs and everything. He definitely, I see what you're saying. I thought the most interesting, I mean, what's his name? Max or whatever. Malcolm is weird. He's interesting. He's Jeff Goldblum, so he's already going to be like fun to just watch and hear what he's got to say. But the most interesting like story development or character arc, in my opinion, is Dr. John Hammond's, where he has to go from...
Not a doctor.
He has to go from... But don't they call him doctor?
No.
Oh.
He calls them doctor.
Okay. Dr. John.
Anyways.
Okay, so John Hammond, billionaire, philanthropist, playboy, extraordinaire. He, Iron Man. He, what's it called? At the beginning, like, it's a touching story. Like, if you think about it long enough, you can almost get emotional with it to a point, possibly, because it's like, he has to give up on his dreams, and you can watch that. Like, the biggest point you see that is when he's sitting down with, who's the girl with Alan?
Oh, Sattler.
Sattler, yes, Dr. Sattler. When her and Hammond are sitting down, and he's in a completely empty cafeteria that was supposed to be full of tourists and people there, and he's just alone eating ice cream, and he starts talking about, this time it went wrong, but the next time, and he's just like, she's like, no, like, what? Are you kidding me? Because it's like, you can see him he has to like go through the process of giving up.
He didn't give up at that point, though.
No, at that point he hadn't.
Even after, like, right after that, because they were talking about the, I can't remember the name of it.
You don't think,
the protocol,
is he giving up by the end of the movie?
So, by the end of the
I
movie,
take it like
he has the line of saying, yeah, I don't think this park's a good idea.
He also goes, but there's people alive, shut it down. Like, he
doesn't want to go through the protocol of putting the fucking dinosaurs into a coma and killing them. He doesn't want to kill them off for the people, even though it's his own fucking grandkids. And that brings me to, is he the villain? Because I 100% think so. He's the bad guy. Like, yeah, Dennis and the dinosaurs are supposed to be, like, the bad guys.
Dude.
Hammond's the bad guy. He's Jeff Bezos.
You're right. Okay, well, I read the book.
Okay,
it's funny you said that. In the book, he is a bad guy. He's a villain in the book. He's a straight up douchebag. The book is a lot more gritty and savage. The book is fucking bloody. It's almost like a horror book. It's like a Stephen King type shit almost. It's like raw. A little girl gets eaten by fucking dinosaurs at the beginning and everything. Like that.
It was just a lawyer.
Yeah, and it's just Like, dude, it's... Oh, man, like, the fucking book is raw as shit. It's a lot more science, too, and everything. If you like The Martian, weird comparison, but if you like The Martian, you would really like this book.
I think I've actually heard that before. Because The Martian's also based off of a book.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you like the book The Martian, I'm not talking... Oh,
I
I guess this is a movie podcast.
I haven't read either.
Yeah, I guess so, but I'm talking about the book. But, yeah, do you even read, you illiterate fuck?
No, I don't know how to read.
Literally, I have read, like, 10 books in my entire life. 2 of them are those. Noah's read the whole library.
Most of it. But yeah, so I do think, and props to Spielberg for humanizing him, because I don't think this movie would have been nearly as good if you didn't have the grandkid aspect and, like, him as a human. Mm-hmm. But I still think he's the bad guy. Like, he's the fucking villain.
He totally is the bad guy. Yeah. He even has the white beard and the cane. He looks like the bad guy. He doesn't act like the bad guy directly, but it's like technically because if you think about what the story really is, and if you think about stories similar to this where the bad guy is that character, the bad guy, everyone's telling him no, 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 and the bad guy's so set on his goals he gets everybody killed. That's what happens. Like,
it is unbridled capitalism. Hammond is Jeff Bezos. And fucking Jeff Bezos underpays his fucking workers in the Amazon factories. Hammond does it, and he's so poorly staffed. Guess what Dennis does? He betrays him to get some fucking money because he has financial problems.
What I'm hearing is I'm signing up to be an Amazon delivery truck driver, and I'm running off with the van. And I'm selling it all like Robin Hood.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, I mean,
that's...
You don't have as selective a skill, and...
Shut up. Moving on.
Okay. The fucking tour. Yeah. Like, let's go into a hypothetical within the movie.
Can I start off the tour real quick? Just chronologically, there's a specific line. As they're driving in the car, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they approach the gate. He goes, Malcolm, Dr. Ian Malcolm, played by Jeffrey Goldblum. What do they have in there? King Kong? Question mark.
I thought that was so good.
Because it's like literally what is King Kong? It's the exact same story. It's humans thinking they can control this natural thing that's beyond their understanding, and it turns around and ends up destroying, killing tons of people, being a humongous disaster.
And it's Spielberg innovating on a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like with the tour, that fucking tour. Like, imagine the park works. They're letting tourists in. Everything's good. Security's fine. That tour fucking sucks. You're banking on these.
But if I saw one dinosaur, it was all worth it.
Yes, but also it is a park for the rich. Hammond might have said, "Oh, we want it for everyone." It's a park for the fucking rich.
You have to fly or boat out there.
Yeah, exactly. So fucking shitty tour.
Maybe cruise ships would stop. You know how cruise ships have stops?
Buddy.
It would just be one day you stop at Port Jurassic Park.
Poor Jurassic Park?
Port.
But cruise ships stop in not great areas.
What are you talking about?
We went on our cruise.
Yeah, that shit was awesome.
It was awesome.
I want to do that again.
But economically, I'm saying it wasn't a great area. It'd be like if our cruise ship was going around and then it stopped in the Atlantis water park and was like, just have yourselves a day. No, they were like, here's the Bahamas. Buy a $5 fucking 8 keychains off an impoverished woman.
Yeah, no, because the people... No, I'm telling you, this is my business model, and like I told you earlier, I'm confident I can put the dinosaurs in fucking check. I can fucking build fences. I can tie knots.
That's fine, but they're not going to come out for you. Think about when you go to the zoo. You don't see the tigers.
I don't go to the zoo, no. They don't have dinosaurs. And also zoos are kind of fuck zoos.
Yeah, so is this. Anyways.
I understand this would just be a zoo, but I don't care because it's dinosaurs, and we can't just let them roam around.
The dinosaurs don't, like, come out to see you. They're not timed up with that. And like Malcolm even says it, the tour would probably be garbage.
Yeah.
And also, they fucking allow the doors to open on the Jeeps.
I know, that's stupid. Because it seems...
It was a plot device.
But there's also bathrooms on the fucking path. Yeah. So I think that's a part of the tour. I guess. You're allowed to get out. They're just... Normally, the dinosaurs don't get over the fences.
That's true. That is true.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Here's something interesting. I saw this online earlier, but it's fascinating because when I tell you this, you might not even believe it almost.
Okay.
The movie is about a little over 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Do you believe that? Kidding. That's not what I was going to tell you.
Okay, good. Because I also queued it up on Netflix for us.
20 minutes of the movie, only 20 minutes of screen time have dinosaurs in it. So the other hour and 40 minutes has no dinosaurs, but you feel like they're almost in every shot type thing, in every scene. Like it's crazy. I just think that's fascinating.
See,
it shows you how good the fucking movie is. It's an amazing story because you're so glued to what the characters are doing that you don't even notice.
I think, because I started relating a lot of this movie to Jaws, like another Spielberg classic with it, and how he sets up this thriller element. And I guess it's pretty similar to the original Cloverfield in a little bit less of a horror way. But whenever there's any sort of action going on, you're just anxious of the beast, the monster coming out. Mm-hmm. You're anxious about these dinosaurs coming out. And I kind of, it's so much like Jaws in that sense.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. This is a small side note, but because it was Jaws, right? Then this for Spielberg, I'm pretty sure it goes Jaws. This. The only reason he made this was because there was a few different directors, but Universal said, "Well, if you make this for us, we'll let you make Schindler's List." So we have one of the greatest movies of all time because of one of the greatest movies of all time. Because of one of the greatest movies of all time.
And I'm pretty sure before that, he made one of the greatest movies of all time.
I'm trying to think. I have Jaws on my wall. I have the Jaws poster, but I don't have Jurassic Park.
I think, was before this the original Indiana Jones, one of the trilogy?
Excuse me, I have no idea.
Fair enough.
But, yeah, it shows you how good I am surprised by that, but, I was surprised when I heard that this afternoon, but I wasn't surprised once... Because at one point you paused it, in the middle to go to the bathroom. I had no idea it was in the middle. We were an hour into the movie and you paused it.
40 minutes left.
Yeah, you paused it and I was just like, what the fuck? We only have an hour left? Not even? I was amazed. And that goes to show, and that was the first half. So obviously the second half had more dinosaurs. Yeah. So it's just that first half is not even dinosaur heavy and you are enthralled.
Well, yeah, that's why, when you jokingly said, it's only 2 hours, it's 2 hours that feels like a fucking 45-minute episode of a TV show.
Dude, it flies. You're so engaged. Yeah. You are so engaged. Spielberg makes the most engaged. That's what a blockbuster is. It's it doesn't even matter if it's deep or not, just as long as it's completely engaging the whole time, and he's a master of engagement.
He really is.
Dude, fuck.
And I have to prop him for the actors in this movie. They're good actors. They're fine. But none of them are, he doesn't bring Brad Pitt. He doesn't bring Leonardo DiCaprio.
Where is Brad Pitt in this movie?
Well, but outside, he doesn't bring in these crazy actors that have had amazing careers.
No, I know what you're saying.
And done character-driven roles. He just, the plot fucking drives it.
Exactly.
His created plot. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have two more little things to talk about. First, and this is just really small. I just think the aspect, and goes into what we were just talking about, of how good of a director Spielberg is. Not only does he create intensity, you know what I mean? And the other thing he's amazing at, and this goes along with that, what's his name? John Williams or whatever, the score. Yeah. The score, dun 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 dun. Dude, I get chills hearing that
So
shit. Like,
good.
it makes me feel such a sense of epicness. Like,
I used to be able to play it on the tuba.
have you ever been to Universal Studios?
No.
And seen the... Oh, dude, when you go... There's, like... Especially if you were, like, a child, like, I don't know. Dude, I watched this movie, like, there was months in my childhood where I probably watched this movie, like, every day of those months.
Again, I was going to say, I didn't watch this movie till I was about 14.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's sad.
Dude, I fucking was addicted to this movie as a kid. But when you go to Universal Studios and you, like, Universal Studios has a section of the park that looks like Jurassic. It's just Jurassic Park. So it's like, maybe that's why I think it's Disney when you said that. Because I'm like, bro, I've been there and it looks like that.
See, I was just saying their staffing is shit.
Yeah, but when they're playing that music out loud and you're walking through the park and like the lunch boxes look how they do in the fucking movie and the fucking concession stands look how you're just like, and you hear dun 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 dun, you're with your family, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Like, dude, it's such an amazing feeling. And like, the sense of awe you have when that's playing and they first look over the grassy knoll at all the dinosaurs in the distance. Like, and it's like, it looks like that one shot is the most nature documentary looking shot in the entire movie. It looks like, you know, like when you're watching one of those hunting shows and shit and it's just like, oh, look at all the deer out there. They're all out there. Like, that's what the fuck that shot looks like.
And the visual effects... because they did
we didn't even talk about the CGI,
pretty much,
which is
it CGI? I thought they did a lot of miniatures for this one and little animatronics. I thought
I don't think any miniatures at all.
I know some of the raptors were animatronics.
Some animatronics, like when the T-Rex is happening, I think they built a full T-Rex head, neck, and forearms, and then anytime it's a full T-Rex body shot, it's CG. Anytime it's a full... There's tons of those other, like...
I knew they did some
It's
CG.
mixed a lot. It's mixed, which is the way to do it, because then your CG artists can also look at the real one and copy it, you know what I mean?
But it fucking holds up.
Dude, it was, like... Think about the other fucking movies back then with CG that looked awful. Think about the ones that have come out recently.
Star Wars prequel.
Yes, tons of shit. It's just like...
It holds up.
That's fucking amazing. Okay, and then...
You have one more point?
Oh, man. Okay, and then this is my last thing sucking Spielberg's dick, but I think this is like really... Just with the awe of... And it kind of goes along exactly with what I said about... Looks like a nature documentary and everything. The sounds of the... When he went to the sound team and was like, I want you to make it sound like this is what you're going for, you know what I mean? Which is also, as a sound designer, that would be your fucking dream. Because you're like, oh my god, I just get to make something no one's ever heard and I gotta come up, you know what I mean? And do all this shit. But he told them, you're not making monsters, you're making animals. Like, this movie is not a monster movie. Like, it's just science gone wrong, biology gone wrong. Like, they're always treated like animals, you know what I mean? And it's like there's a sense of, it's just a zoo, you know what I mean? And I think that's just, like, you can, when you hear the noises and everything, the reason they stand in your brain is because those are like, it's like an elephant and a dog barking mixed together in one, like, that's really what the sounds are and everything of the dinosaurs. And it's like, and like, a quick example, when the fucking thing flashes its shit out and sprays the dude with the black stuff, a rattlesnake rattle is going on. Oh. It goes, you know what I mean?
I do. Okay, yeah.
And you're just like, all those noises are just, it's multiple different animals combined and stuff. And like, the way that what happens from that is dinosaurs become real all of a sudden. When you see this movie as a kid, you think dinosaurs can still be real today, and they might be, because they are in the Congo.
They aren't. Again, failed out of bio.
I'm gonna fucking find those dinosaurs. And I'm gonna ride them into grace.
You did that.
Through the fucking walls.
Well, to finish it off, I feel like I'm obligated to do this, especially because you mentioned Space Jam during the movie.
Hold on to your butts.
Wayne Knight, who plays Dennis, our little comic relief villain guy, also featured in Space Jam. No other prominent acting roles that I really know of.
Flubber, I think.
I've never seen Flubber, and I'm okay never seeing Flubber. But Wayne Knight, fucking great job in this movie. He did so good. He was the comic relief.
Oh yeah,
He made it so funnier.
He definitely, especially as being like the villain, but also like the main, like he's the main antagonist in all the situations. But he's also like
bumbling fuck.
Yeah, like he's just dude. The introduction scene of him is actually amazing. The guy's like, he's like, hey David, come over here, and he's like, dude, don't say my real name. And he just looks at everyone on the tables around and goes, David's here! David's here!
Guys, it's David!
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah, it's so funny.
See, I lost it looking at his desk, because then he like flashes to the little Barbasol can.
Yeah.
And I was like, everyone would think that's weird that you have your fucking shaving cream on your desk. But wait, no one can see it, because it's a pile of garbage.
Yeah, and also just with someone like that, it's not weird.
Yeah.
They just got all their shit.
But
he had like 20 Reese's cups.
Yeah.
Like full cups, not pieces, cups.
Well, he'd eaten the cups.
I'm lucky to have 20 pieces in my pocket. 20 pieces, Reese's Pieces in my pocket is a good Sunday.
You're lucky to have 20 cents in your pocket.
Fuck you.
Okay, well that's a good way to finish it off with my shout out to Wayne Knight.
Shout out Wayne Knight, motherfuckers.
You got any
and
last
good
words,
night.
Blake?
Nope, but Wayne Knight, if you're listening to this, I love you, and please DM me and I'll send you my address and we can probably eat dinner and fuck.
Okay, yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Alright, good night.
Had to pull that one at the end.
I feel like that was good.